You got me exclusive. I'm so high up and lucid. You take me to a safe place. We steady on the same pace, yeah. I'm crazy, you like that. Don't back down, no you talk back.
Hello my loves, welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you guys a favorites video for the month of March, and you guys have no idea how many times I've literally planned to do a favorites video ever since over a year ago, and then for some reason I've just never managed to want to film it. I don't know if I just think to myself that maybe nobody's gonna want to watch these types of videos or what, but I personally love watching a good favorites video. So I finally decided, let's do it. Let's put something short and sweet out so you guys have something to watch in between me filming my thrift with me videos, because those do take an enormously long time to film with the try-ons and everything. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Some of the topics I'll be touching on as far as favorites go today will be music, TV shows, scents, foods, snacks, items in general, all that good stuff. So let me just, jump right in. So music is a category that I, until recently, never thought of including into a video like this. I don't know why, my mind always went to tangible items, but music is super important and super fun to talk about, of course, anyway. So my music right now, being that we're just going into spring, is basically pretty much what I've already been listening to for a while, but it's right now pretty dominant is Mouse, which is my favorite artist in general. Mouse is a reggae artist, but he also is considered a sing-jay, so he has his kind of own category going on, which I do prefer music to just be interesting at the very least. I'm always just into music that sounds different, you know? I feel that sounds kind of cliche, but it's true. It's I'm really drawn to music that has something interesting about it. I don't just like typical radio music, obviously, and I often get stuck listening to the same artists over and over again, or the same songs, because I feel I just like what I like, and it's gotta be weird. But Mouse is an artist that when I was in, probably 5th grade, my sister actually, my sister's 13 years older than me, so I would go to her sometimes with a mix CD prompt, based off of me listening to the radio and being hey, could you please burn these songs onto a CD for me? And I was literally in 5th grade the first time I did this, so I'm God, how old was I even? I was probably 11 or 12, which is crazy to think about. But I'd give my sister these songs that I wanted on a CD, and then she would always sneak a couple songs that she liked onto the CD as well. So way back when I was in 5th grade, my sister snuck the song Wadu Dam onto a CD for me by Mouse, and I just fell in love with it, and I am just so grateful to her for putting that on a CD for me, because now after all these years Mouse just keeps putting out more and more unique music that I just really vibe with, and I'm just excited that I get to appreciate it all, because literally in the last year he's put out so many good songs, and when it's nice outside, reggae music always hits, but especially when it's spring and summer and it's nice outside. When I was in my early 20s too, I used to clean the house to reggae music, and Mouse is obviously just a staple at this point, but in the last year he's put out some really good music, especially with DJ Bestix. So my favorite song by him right now is probably Prostitute, which is just it's hard to not feel a good mood when you listen to this song. And actually what this music does for me mentally should be studied in a lab, because it literally always puts me into such a good mood. But yeah, that is a really good ass song. I highly suggest, especially if you're driving in a car, or if you're just in your apartment, cleaning your apartment, highly suggest this song. It is impeccable.
Not that you're a prostitute, bitch. Bang bang biddy bang bang biddy bang bang. I'll always love you. Boom 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 boom.
And another song that is on my spring and probably summer and basically eternity playlist is always the song Baby Mama by 3 6 Mafia featuring Le Chat. It's a banger, it's a classic, I absolutely love it. I love playing it real loud in the car, but same, I'll listen to it anywhere, it doesn't really matter, but especially, this one especially slaps in the car for sure.
It's my baby mama, she be riding daddy. and she always looking for sugar daddies.
And my next song suggestion is going to be 666 Clubhouse, which I'm ashamed to say I have only heard as of very recently. Like, I did not know how hard this song slapped until I was listening to Baby Mama, and this song just like was suggested to me to listen to, and I'm like, where the f has this song been all my life? Because this is the anthem. Like, this is literally the anthem. And I will be listening to this now heavily. And if this does not end up on my Spotify Rap Top 5, I'll be very shocked.
It's the boogie man, I smell some money in his hand, take his side on hearses, driving around your house, hoodoo hicks, voodoo dolls, bouncing on your bed, throwing devil sets.
All right, next category we're going to talk about is TV shows, which for me, I definitely don't actually have like TV. Like, I don't watch like normal television. I just watch YouTube essentially. So somehow I stumbled upon this YouTuber named Gunner TV who has been doing, well, he's like a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber, but he's been doing all the seasons of the show Tool Academy, which is a show from the early 2000s. I think it aired in like 2009, 2010. There's 3 seasons only, and then that was it. And I do remember this show from when I was in high school, but I never watched it like all the way through, and this has been the most wonderful thing to watch lately before going to bed, because pretty much that's the only time I watch stuff is like if it's in the background or before I go to bed. I'm trying to, you know, just find something to like watch before we go to sleep. And lately this has been my absolute obsession, and I look forward to watching it. And it's really funny because the way that he does it is obviously he's watching it while he's on a Twitch stream. So not only is he commenting on the show as he's watching it, but all the people on Twitch are also commenting on the show as they're watching him watch it. So it's like on YouTube, you see this whole thread of everybody's comments just typed out like in a like feed.
Tool Academy.
My first thought is, Becky, me and you can definitely go have a quickie. I'm just trying to say, you're dead, but what's in my pants is very much alive.
Tool Academy. Air swing! Tool Academy, a show from 2009. We're in season 2, and this show is a hilarious show where they took a bunch of tools and bad guys in relationships. Their girlfriends signed them up for the show to be reformed boyfriends for $100,000.
So it's super funny to watch before I go to bed because the show is funny. The show is iconic. If you guys know me, you know that I love the show F-Boy Island, which is basically a show that is definitely taking inspiration from Tool Academy, because obviously Tool Academy happened, you know, like 20 years ago almost now. So it's just like the essential type of show that I love to watch. I'm a reality TV show girly through and through. I do not like serieses. Like, I don't like fiction really. I like nonfiction. I like reality TV. That's what I am into always. I especially like shows like this where it focuses on like how just like ridiculous some boyfriends or men in general can be like in the dating scene. Like, I just live for these types of shows.
You guys think you're competing for Mr. Awesome, but your girlfriends are sending you to
The Tool Academy.
It's time to find out if you can take a bro and make him a man.
I'm here to prove myself.
So getting to watch this and like read everybody's funny comments about it while he comments on it, it's just been like giving me life. So I highly suggest you guys check this out if you haven't seen it before. It's super, super entertaining, especially if you like the show F-Boy Island. Like, I bet you'll really like this. Okay, so next category we're gonna talk about is the reason that I've finally actually decided to make this video is my favorite YouTuber as of late, my new official comfort YouTuber. I don't know how to pronounce her YouTube name, but her Instagram is called Off-Putting Girl. And I guess she has a following on TikTok and Instagram, and she just recently made a YouTube channel. But for some reason, I got absolutely blessed, and on her like maybe second YouTube video, because I'm not really on TikTok too much, and like on Instagram, you know, I feel like your odds of finding somebody like this are kind of rare. But for some reason, the YouTube algorithm blessed me with putting her video from her brand new channel on my feed, and I was just drawn to it, so I watched it. I started watching her videos, and I just like fell in love with her. Like, she is such a cool, down-to-earth person, and the way that she edits her videos is just is really, really inspiring to me. And she's been making these favorites videos. So actually the whole credit to this video and me mentioning even music or YouTubers is because of her. So thank you so much for the inspiration, because literally like these are the types of videos that I love to watch. So I'm so glad that something like this ended up on my algorithm, because not only now like did I get inspired to like put a twist on this video that I already had the idea for that made me want to actually put it out, but I just like keeping up with her life now. Like it's just like a very soothing, nice thing to kind of have on in the background while I'm doing my like Depop work and stuff like that. So I highly suggest you guys check her channel out. As I said, it's pretty new, so I think she only has like 10 videos as of right now, but it's seriously like just super relaxing. So if you're into that kind of thing, absolutely check her out. Okay, so next category we're gonna talk about is scent, which I kind of touched on this in my last video, but I am absolutely obsessed with this Sol de Janeiro number 71 fragrance. These, I never really like knew like what the hype was all about. Like I would see them on like my Pinterest and stuff. And then for Christmas, my friend Brie got me a big Happy Bunny stocking just full of stuff. And there was a sample for one of these Sol de Janeiro fragrances inside of the stocking, and it wasn't even this scent, but whatever it was, I can't remember what number it was like 68 or something like that. It was a similar color to this one, but a little bit different. Whatever it was divine, and I became obsessed with it, and it got me so excited to try the other scents, because I would always see these on Pinterest, and now I finally went into Sephora and smelt all of them. I landed on this one as my absolute favorite, which the notes on this one, it's described as decadent notes of caramelized vanilla, toasted macadamia, and tonka bean. And that's like everything that I love. Like I definitely am a vanilla girl in the realm of like scents. Like that's always been a go-to for me, but I do like a lot of different types of scents. But that's always been like a tried and true. Like you kind of can't go wrong with like a toasty, warm vanilla smell. Especially like, you know, in the past, like I've worn like, for example, replicas like By the Fireplace. It's kind of like a toasty marshmallow type scent. This is very much like, in my opinion, the summer version of that smell. So if you're also somebody who likes that scent, I highly suggest checking this out, because this is the type of thing that I just like douse myself in. Like I'll spray it all over my hair, my body, my clothes. I can't wait till it's like even nicer outside so I can just like spray this on me when I'm like at the pool. And I'm just excited to try more of the scents, because there was definitely more that I'm interested in. So I'm probably gonna go back and buy more, because honestly, these aren't even that expensive. Like I think this was like $25. And when you think of how big this is, I feel like that's not even that much, because I've spent a lot more money on a lot smaller ounces of a perfume before, for sure. So these are like pretty good bang for your buck, I feel like, if you like smells in general. Like if you're a scent girly like I am, like that's probably one of my favorite gifts to receive, or my favorite type of thing to like treat myself with, is like a new perfume or a new scent. So yeah, highly suggest this. Or if you're into like other smells, they make a lot of different ones that are really, really good. Okay, next category I want to touch on is like foods, like snacks that I've been like enjoying lately. And the one that I'm like the most excited to share with you guys is that I finally figured out something to eat for like breakfast. I know in one of my last videos I complained to you guys about how like I feel like my hormones are kind of fucked up, and I feel like I am just constantly doing things that are just feeding into making them more fucked up, which includes me not wanting to eat when I wake up because I don't feel like I have really an appetite, but I know I should. So I found the perfect thing finally, and that is dates. So medjool dates. This one I happened to get at Trader Joe's. So this is like a little pack of them, but I've also been buying them at Sprouts lately. And I guess dates are like literally one of the best things you can eat when you wake up. Like they're super, super good for you. They are high in calories, so maybe not like if you're like trying to stick to like a diet or something. But if you only eat a couple a day, they're super, super good for you. And it's one of those things where it's sweet enough where I'm the kind of person, like if I wake up, like I said, I don't really want to eat anything. But if it's sweet, I'll make an exception. Like I'm gonna want, like, if there's a cookie or a donut laying around, I'll eat that because I'm having it with my coffee, you know? Like I like having coffee immediately when I wake up. And I'm not trying to be a person who just eats a donut every morning because that's not good for you either. But I do like donuts. I like sweet stuff. I like sweet stuff in general. And I always crave sweets. This is sweet enough that I will actually eat it like right when I wake up. And there's definitely a couple days where like, okay. There's definitely a couple days where I'll wake up and I might forget or something, but the grand majority of the days lately since I started doing this, I will have this. And not only because I know it's good to do, but because I actually enjoy it, like I'm like, this is a really good, sweet little treat and it's healthy. So if you guys are in the same boat at all and you struggle wanting to eat anything when you wake up, try dates. Because literally like this hopefully will change my life because my body is very used to just not eating till 3 o'clock or later sometimes. And I know that's so terrible for me. So I'm trying to switch it up and so far it's been working. Another favorite treat that I've been having lately that is really, really simple, and maybe not everybody will be on board with this, but I've always been a huge avocado loving girly ever since I started working at the co-op when I was like 19 years old. I started getting into eating avocados, and the reason I started getting into eating avocados is because we sold this smoked salt, and everybody was like, put smoked salt on an avocado, it's so freaking good. So that's what I would do. And now, as just a fun little treat, especially before I go to bed, for some reason I crave just an avocado with this seasoning salt. This seasoning salt is sold at Sprouts. I don't know if they sell it other places. I'm sure you could probably get on like Amazon or something, but this is supposed to be like an avocado toast seasoning, but literally I put it on a lot of different stuff. I put it on zucchini every time we grill it too, which is pretty often. That's another thing that we've been eating a lot lately. But I literally, before I go to bed, often just want like something to eat, and avocados usually do the trick for me. Like, because if I just buy like anything I want, it would be like just chocolate chip cookies. There'd be chocolate chip cookies everywhere in this house. But that's not smart, because the more chocolate chip cookies in this house there are, the more I'll eat. And it doesn't even really have to do with my weight or anything, just health in general. Like I don't want to overdo it on sugar because it's just not the right thing to do for your health. So an avocado is what I will keep on hand often, just to make sure that like if I'm really hungry and I want something, I'll eat something good. It's kind of up to you to make sure that you stock your house with like good options, because the more crap you buy, the more crap you're gonna eat. So you kind of have to just do yourself a favor and think about future you when you're grocery shopping and be like, well, if I get hungry enough, will I eat this? So like often too, like another thing I'll bring home is just like different flavors of like almonds, or like even like instead of a cookie, like a trail mix bar, like anything that's better than just like bottom of the barrel sweet treats. I do treat myself fairly often, but like if you overdo it, then obviously you're just gonna continue to overdo it. So this is something that's really been good for me to keep in the house. And if you're in the same predicament as me, I highly suggest it. But yeah, other than that, that's just like grocery kind of things that I keep in the house. Other than that, foods that I've been loving lately, just like spring rolls in general. If I feel like I'm in a place where I don't really have a lot of groceries at home and I'm working from home, I will order shrimp spring rolls from the local pho place, and they're not too expensive, so I don't really mind. And that's always a good treat because it feels like it's fairly healthy too, just like a really fresh, nice treat. And then the other thing that I've been loving lately too is unagi don bowls. So I am just like definitely super into eel when it comes to sushi in general. Like unagi nigiri is my favorite at a sushi restaurant. So lately we've been getting unagi don bowls from this sushi place that's like fairly close to us. When we're out at Buffalo Exchange and stuff, we'll get it from this place called You or Me Sushi, and it's been super, super good. And then also the other day we ordered a sushi burrito that had unagi in it. So that's just like one of my go-tos as well, as far as like something to like Uber Eats to myself that I can't really make here. Like I definitely can't go out and like get eel and just like make something made out of eel at home. I wish I could. I don't know why you can't actually, but probably for the best. I don't want to fuck it up because it's just like a standard go-to in my mind. That's the other kind of stuff that I'm into eating lately. And yeah, if you've never tried eel, I don't know, like it's just super good. My sister also got me into eel at a pretty young age. Like when I was like maybe like 21 or 22, she took me to a sushi restaurant and was like, I love eel, let's get eel. And I was like, okay. So yeah, my sister definitely inspires me a lot with a lot of different categories in life, and I'm really glad that I have her to show me cool things like ikumas and eel. Okay, next category I want to touch on is like beverages. You guys know I love a good beverage. So lately there's a new kombucha actually that I really like. Okay, it's definitely not a new kombucha, it's just new to me liking it this much. It's the Brew Doctor Clear Mind kombucha. And the thing with this brand is it's definitely not as carbonated as the GT kombuchas that I normally am always drinking. I usually have one of those like every single day almost, unless I have some other kind of weird drink instead. But this one has rosemary, mint, sage, and green tea. And like I said, it's not as carbonated, but sometimes that's just not quite what I'm going for. And I feel like this one has just been like the vibe lately. I definitely have been into mint and sage lately too, so that could be part of the reason. In one of my last videos, I got a new tea that was mint and sage kind of flavored, so maybe that's just the wave I'm into right now, and there isn't really a GT flavor that has this combination. So I do suggest these. They're also cheaper than the GT kombuchas usually. Like when I buy these at Sprouts, they're usually like sometimes like $2.50 or $3, and I feel like the GT ones are usually like $4 at least. So lately I've been grabbing these. It's been saving me a little bit of money because yeah, it's rare that I go a day without having a kombucha. Like kombucha is like my #1 beverage of choice, and it has been ever since, again, I started working at that co-op years ago. Because when I grew up, I was definitely growing up in a household that just had soda at the ready, and I quickly, when I moved out, realized I don't want to just be having soda all the time, and kombucha was one of those things that it just naturally took that place for me. Just by default, I just decided kombucha tasted better. So yeah, again, if you're in that predicament too, where you're trying to cut down on soda, kombucha, literally, as long as you just find the flavor that you like there's so many flavors out there, and I feel like if you try the wrong flavor, you might think you just don't like kombucha, but I promise there's a brand and there's a flavor that you will like. So you just have to try some. And this one, maybe you'd be into, like, especially if you're not into super like heavily carbonated ones, but if you do, definitely get the GT, because that it's hard to miss. Like, they have some flavors that I definitely do not vibe with, but all of their seasonal flavors are really, really good. So another beverage that I've been super into lately, I have been definitely like on a tea kick lately, like especially before bedtime again. And one thing that I've had like for a while now, Niko actually got me this, I think, for my birthday last year. So maybe I've had this for about a year now. It's the Moon Juice Dream Dust, and it has a lot of really good herbs and like supplements in it for kind of like stress and sleepy time. So usually what I do is I mix this with like, my milk of choice lately honestly is pistachio milk, but if I don't have, because they only sell it at like Target for some reason, but if they don't have that wherever I am and I'm out, I'll get coconut milk, and usually I'll do like half coconut milk, half water, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do local honey. So obviously I live in Nevada, so I have this Nevada raw local honey, and usually I'll make that before bedtime in a nice little mix and drink it hot, and it's super nice and just relaxing. But recently I found this at Sprouts, which is the Bigelow Benefits Stress-Free Tea, and it's rose and mint flavored, and it has really, really good ingredients, and it was super, super cheap. I think it was on sale for like $4 or less. But I have just been super into tea before bed lately, and now I'll make my normal Moon Juice drink, and right before I bring it to the bedroom, I'll just put a tea bag of this in it. And I feel like that's been just like even taking it to the next level, because this Moon Juice drink has schizandra, chamomile, and ashwagandha in it, and then this one has like completely different ingredients, but it has really good ingredients for stress as well. It has tulsi, hibiscus, passion flower, skullcap, peppermint. For some reason, it works really, really well all together, and I feel like it just like enhances the taste of the drink. So it's good by itself too. Like, I've definitely just had this on its own with just honey added to it, and it's still really good. But it's been nice to just kind of like combine the two and just get like even more like added herbal benefits. So yeah, I'm a big fan. Okay, so another category that I've never really thought to talk about until recently is like what kind of like accessories in my closet or like clothing items I've been just really gravitating towards lately. And I have two that I want to talk about just because I feel like my style right now is like scattered, to say the least. Like, I don't really know what I'm going for right now. But one thing that I've been really into for the last couple years is just like very early 2000s clothing in which celebrities used to wear, in which it gets like a pretty cult following because celebrities used to wear it. So that for me is definitely my Jesus is my homeboy t-shirt, which I also have a dress version of this shirt. But literally lately, this is like my favorite thing to wear, and it has been for a while, but it just never gets old. I never get sick of wearing this t-shirt. And there's a lot of fakes out there of these t-shirts. So just so you guys know, if you ever do want to get one, the brand that makes these t-shirts is called Teenage Millionaire. So you want to make sure, if you want the legit one that like celebrities used to wear in the early 2000s, you get a Teenage Millionaire one. But I literally just feel like this goes with everything. And obviously right now, like with my beanie and like my shorts, like if I was wearing this instead of this hoodie, it works. It just works. And I just love just like how iconic this shirt is. Only because so many celebrities have worn this shirt. And that's just something that I just find really cool. Like I like anything that has a cult following like that from that era. And that's why I also like Juicy Couture, and that's why I like Von Dutch. So this is my go-to. If I ever don't know what to wear, I can count on this shirt. My other favorite accessory is something that I literally just got at Buffalo Exchange very recently on a trip that I did not film. And it is this cool necklace that is really, really long. And it has basically like little heart charms and cherubs. And it is so cool. I don't have anything else like this at all. And I don't even know what aesthetic I would group this into at all. It just seems to work with a lot of stuff that I have. And even recently I wore it with that t-shirt. So that's why I thought to show it off to you guys, because there's just something about it. Like it has like little gems and charms. And I think I got this for like maybe like $12 to $14 when I was shopping there one day, and it's just stunning and I just love it. So I'm just definitely like drawn to jewelry, but sometimes I don't think to put it on. This one I have been reaching for actually though, and I'm really glad for that. And then the last category I have for you guys is just like random objects that I have bought recently that I've really been enjoying. So my first one is this essential oil by Acacia that is called Ocean Air. I also found this at Sprouts one day, and I have to be honest, even though I used to work at a co-op, even though I'm definitely very much a wellness girly, essential oils were never something that I like had a lot of faith in, that I had a lot of like interest in. Basically, they were something that I always just like had to know about, but I didn't really care about that much, especially in terms of like, are they actually good for you? Like there are things that I have essential oils for that I do firmly believe in. Like I have ones that are good for like your mouth, your teeth, your gums, and I do add those to my toothpaste often, and I really, really like them and highly recommend those. But this is something that I am not like normally into. And the reason I got this is just, I have been so stressed with it being like tax season and stuff, like still just getting used to like being a full-time self-employed person and just having to fully just like be in control of everything. Like it's definitely a lot, and I definitely get super duper stressed out, and I know that's also why my hormones are fucked up. So Michi is here now. He's been dying to come out here, so he is now here and he says hello. But I've been just so stressed out that I finally was in Sprouts one day and I saw this little end cap that had essential oils, and I decided to smell a few of them, and Ocean Air just sounded really dreamy to me. So this one is basically made out of a blend. It's like tangerine, lemon, lime, vetiver, lavender, eucalyptus, balsam, and blue tansy too. So I literally, like, when I was in the thick of like figuring out my taxes and shit, I would just be huffing this thing like crazy. And I swear to God, like I know for a fact that it was working, because there were a couple days where I had like air hunger. I was so stressed out. Like I just could not get a good breath in, and I started freaking myself out, because it's like the scariest feeling ever is basically being like, wow, I'm so stressed out, I literally can't breathe. That's super fucked up. So for some reason, just knowing that I was so stressed out that I had that issue going on, I felt like trying essential oils when I've never used them in this way before. Like I said, I've used them in like other ways. Like sometimes I've even had like the edible kind where I'll add them to different things and use them that way, but I've never actually used them in like a stress reduction way. And I'm a believer now. Like I believe that this thing firmly helped me take myself out of the throes of my stress and anxiety. And every time that I even like need like a little boost when I'm working now, I'll just like, sometimes I'll just like put some in my hand and like rub it together and just do like a little inhalation, and like it literally does help. So I don't know if this is like a new blend for them. I know they weren't making this when I worked at the co-op, but I really do suggest this one. And on the package too, what I thought was really cool, and part of what sold me on it also, was it was suggesting that you could mix this with like baking soda and like sprinkle it on your carpet, vacuum it up to like refresh your carpet. So I was like, that's a win-win, because I've actually never lived somewhere that had carpet carpet until this place. We have carpet in our bedroom, and that shit drives me crazy. Like, I'm constantly vacuuming that shit, and I'm constantly worried about how dirty it may or may not be. So I'm definitely gonna do that with this as well. And yeah, it was cheap. It was like $10 or less, maybe $8. So I really suggest this if you're stressed out and need just like a little uplifting boost. This is honestly kind of similar, but not, but it's my other favorite thing that's just like a random thing I bought lately. I got this eucalyptus and mint room spray one day when we were at World Market, and I have always just been a fan when it's summertime, especially like spring and summer. I crave like eucalyptus and mint like candles and just like scents in general. But lately I've been trying to like avoid buying like toxic candles that are definitely also hormone disruptors. So I decided to try to get this, which I figured is probably more like essential oil than toxic. And so I've just been spraying this on like my pillows and like the bedding, and I'll just spray it in the air randomly. And it is so refreshing and just like nice to just like walk into, and just like before you go to bed, like it seriously puts me in such like a nice like mind space. Like I just really look forward to it. So instead of burning a candle all day long, because one of my favorite scents from Bath & Body Works is their eucalyptus and mint candle, I can just spray this on my bedding, and like the smell will last a decent amount of time. So if you're looking for an alternative to that, I do suggest this one. It was like literally like $10 or less. And then my last thing, which this is also something that I don't know if they still are selling it, but if you do happen to live near a Lush and they do still have stuff from Valentine's Day out, I love all of Lush's lip scrubs, but there's certain ones that just speak to me sometimes. This is, I think, my favorite one I've ever had, and it is one that actually Niko got me just now for Valentine's Day, so you know, like a month ago, and it's the Shut Up and Kiss Me flavor, which is supposed to be raspberry and rosewood. So usually just like lip scrub is one of my favorite things to do like in my makeup routine. Like it's just fun because it's edible, it tastes good. I feel like you can tell it did something because I put it on before I do my lipstick and whatever, and it just helps get like the dead skin off your lips. But this one seriously not only smells so good, but it tastes so good. Like it's not like a super overpowering one, because I've had ones before that are like gingerbread or like cookie dough, the popcorn one. I like all of those, but I like that this one has like that floral kind of like undertone to it, because it definitely has raspberry, but it definitely has rose, and I feel like it's the perfect blend of both of those things. And as you guys saw earlier, like I really like rose tea as well, so I'm definitely kind of a rose girly as far as stuff like that goes. Highly suggest if you can get your hands on one of these, get it. But yeah, that does it for this month. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, definitely let me know down in the comments, and I'll make more for you guys, especially because these videos are easier to film and edit than like a whole thrift haul or a vlog. So if you guys are dying for content, I can definitely make more of these, and I can make more like what's sold on Depop videos if that is what you guys are into. But if you watched all the way to the end, make sure you leave a raccoon emoji in the comments, or the raccoon word, and I appreciate you guys so much. See you next time. Bye.